Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We all know Tennessee's been on a tear on the recruiting trail. We can run down the names from Travis Smith to Christian Gass to Shady Hayward going into the state of Georgia and pulling out some elite talent. Also flipping Desan Brain, four-star tight end from Oregon to Tennessee. Darian Smith, the number one player in the class of 26. Quarterback Faison Brandon. And then last night we added another piece to that class of 26. I like having the number one player in the country in the boat early, but now you've added a complimentary piece to him with four-star tight end Carson Snead as he chose Tennessee last night. If you missed that video, you can go back and give it a watch. We look at the scouting report. We watch some tape, all that good stuff. Go check out that commitment video on Carson Snead. But are we done? Is this it? Do we have just a couple of targets left? What do you think? 2 or 3? We're going to look at the names. And look, I don't think we're done in this cycle, but I think we're probably done for the summer. But you got to look. Tennessee has been spot on with their evaluations. Does any of that change throughout the course of the class of 25 senior season, and Tennessee can get in on some guys late? Do they have the opportunity to maybe flip some guys? I think that's a possibility. If Tennessee goes out and has success on the football field in 2024, I think they're going to have an opportunity to flip some guys. But there are 3 big targets left on the board. We're going to take a look at them. We're going to start with Josh Petty, 5-star offensive tackle. He's going to choose between Florida State, Georgia Tech, Ohio State, Stanford, and Tennessee. The quote says these next few days are going to be unbelievable. Now, a lot of people would just write Josh Petty off, and that's why I'm asking you. The title of the video is The Final 2. Are these the final 2 commits for the summer? Josh Petty's a name that I want to throw at you guys. Is it final 2 or could it be final 3? Because you go back to his official visit, and I've talked about this before, interesting quote from him coming out of that visit. He talks about what a priority Tennessee has made him, what a special school it is, how they're going to help him after the game of football. But then he goes on to say, and this is where it gets interesting, midway through my recruitment, I felt iffy about Tennessee, but this really helped. Growing up a Tennessee fan, being able to go on this official visit was special for sure. Now, Austin Price around July called it just a different recruitment, said it wouldn't shock me if you picked Tennessee, wouldn't shock me if you picked Georgia Tech. Most people believe it's Florida State. And then on July the 1st, he said Josh Petty is still very much in play. So fast forward over a month. Where are we at the beginning of August? Put out an update yesterday. This was interesting. These are his quotes about the top 5 schools that he will choose from. Do you see something different than the others? Florida State, my sister goes there. I like Coach Atkins. Georgia Tech, I like the offensive scheme and the offensive line. They also offer a great education. Ohio State, I like the competition and the development. Stanford, I like the educational opportunities there and the location. Tennessee, it was my favorite school growing up. I love the Vols. Everything they've got going on is great. They're killing it recruiting. Their offense is doing well. The success of the program is going up. Now, he seems to say a whole lot more about Tennessee than he does Florida State, Georgia Tech, Ohio State, or Stanford. Does that mean anything? I don't know. Josh Petty's one of these guys that I've never felt like was truly going to end up at Tennessee. However, I can't just write him off and put him in the rearview mirror. I'm debating here today on August the 6th. Am I going to sit down and am I going to cover his recruitment live on August the 12th? What do you guys think? Because I think Tennessee does have a shot. Now, Steve Wiltfong also put out an update yesterday, said Ohio State has some late momentum, but Georgia Tech is battling to keep him home. Florida State was considered the favorite coming into the summer, but the Buckeyes and Yellow Jackets look more likely at this point. The Seminoles did get the last visit of the summer, so we'll see if Florida State was able to bring it back. So you read that update, you think it's over. You think the ship has sailed on Josh Petty. What do you guys think? Should we cover that recruitment live here on the Talkin VAWLS Network? We've done it before. We've missed before. We were batting 1,000. We took a chance on Juan Gasson, but we missed out on that one. Now, the final 2, who I think are truly in the boat for Tennessee. We're going to get into those 2 guys we're going to talk about, but I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff real quick. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. Quick, free, easy. It helps the channel, and I would appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not journalists. We don't pretend to be any of that stuff. What we are is diehard, psychotic, passionate Tennessee fans. If we see a rumor on a message board, we're going to speculate on it. We're going to watch the games, and we're going to go live immediately after, and we're going to react emotionally because that's what fans do, and this channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we drop videos. You won't miss out when we go live. We're going to be live tonight. 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, playing EA Sports College Football, also talking all things Tennessee football. You guys can come on. Tonight is your night. I get so many DMs and people tagging me on Twitter saying, Boogie, I'm going to take you down on EA Sports College Football 25. Well, Tuesday night is the place to do it. So be here tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Tomorrow, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Pancakes and Bacon are coming on the show. Reed Bacon and former Vol offensive lineman Kyler Kirbyson going to come hang out, talk a little recruiting, talk a little fall camp. Going to be a good time. But get in where you fit in, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Let's move ahead. Who's next? Who's next after Josh Petty? And this is the guy that we're all wanting, right? I think this is the guy some of us are grading this class on for Josh Heupel. That's 5-star offensive tackle David Sanders, 6'6", 276 out of Charlotte, North Carolina, number 1 offensive tackle in the country, number 2 overall player in the country. You can look at what Josh Heupel did. He went and got Nico Iamaleava, the number 1 player in that cycle. And then this cycle, he goes out and gets the number 2 overall player in David Sanders. And then the class of 26, we've already got the number 1 overall player in Faison Brandon. Somebody tell me where the narrative came that Josh Heupel can't recruit. But you can see there on the screen, David Sanders coming off the board August the 17th, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. We will be definitely covering this one live. We'll probably go live around 11:30 a.m., something like that, take you all the way up to the decision. It's Georgia, Nebraska, Ohio State, and Tennessee. Took those last 2 visits to Nebraska and Tennessee. Wanted to see a little something more. Was it NIL? Was it one extra visit to Nebraska? What was it? Bottom line is the Vols got the last visit. They got the most visits. They built the best relationships. They've got a solid NIL deal in place. I think Tennessee is in a great spot to land the 5-star offensive tackle. Now, Steve Wiltfong's most recent update yesterday said Sanders was back in Knoxville last weekend of July. The Vols got his last visit heading into August decision. That is set for 12:30 at his school. Sanders and his family love being around the Tennessee staff, the players, the recruits. In fact, he's been to every big recruiting weekend of the year for the Vols. He says, I like the way this one's lining up for Tennessee, but the competition is stiff. Nebraska also got the visit the last weekend on the trail, and Ohio State has shown Sanders everything he is looking for on and off the field. Georgia rounds out the 4 finalists. Nobody thinks Georgia has a shot with David Sanders. Nobody believes that. Says Sanders and his family continue to work through the process. Tennessee has done everything they can to land Sanders' pledge. You know, I listened to Austin Price, and Austin Price feels very confident. He's not rolled out a GIF. He's not said he's a lock. He's not said he's in the boat, but he feels very confident. And then for me, you guys already know, I've told the story time and time again. It's just been a roller coaster. It's always been Tennessee and Clemson, Tennessee and Georgia, Tennessee and Ohio State, Tennessee and Nebraska, but it's always Tennessee. And I think Tennessee has done everything they can. I think the relationships are crucial. And people want to talk about NIL and dropping a bag and all that stuff. And Tennessee has a competitive NIL, and a deal is in place that is good enough to lock down David Sanders. So I think what's important when you're looking at one of these top-ranked players, the number 2 player in the country, the number 1 offensive lineman in the country, I think it's a combination of things. It's not just about dropping a bag. And I think the relationships, I think the location for Tennessee from Charlotte is crucial. And I think David Sanders is trending to Tennessee. Let's take a look at one more. I said, are we down to the final 2? So we're 2 into this. Josh Petty, David Sanders. I also want to talk about Onus Conan-Banny, who made it official that he's going to commit on August the 23rd. You can see the graphic there on the screen. I think Onus Conan-Banny is trending. I think David Sanders is trending. I think Josh Petty is a wild card that I just can't let go. But again, Onus Conan-Banny, 6 foot, 175 pounds, out of Columbia, South Carolina, 4-star corner. Again, you can see the graphic there, going to come off the board on August the 23rd. We will cover this one live as well, as long as he announces a time. But he was just in town this last weekend too, when all the buzz was on Rocky Top. Shady Hayward commits, Hassan Brain flips, George McIntyre's in town, David Sanders is in town, Faison Brandon was here. Chad Simmons, Steve Wiltfong have both already locked in their predictions, predicting Onus Conan-Banny to Tennessee. You guys can remember, if we go back, I think it was 865 Live. He committed to Tennessee right there. It got leaked via Braylon Staley's Instagram Live. That stream was immediately deleted after, but then you question, was he just committing because he was on that high? Now he's had time to go home. He's had time to sit and think about things. But it definitely feels like Tennessee is trending here. I saw Shady Hayward interacting with Onus Conan-Banny on Twitter yesterday. But what do you guys think? Are we down to the final 2? Is David Sanders and Onus Conan-Banny, are they the final 2? Or do we have an opportunity to also get Josh Petty in the boat? I want you guys to jump into the comment section and talk about it. Also, you can go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. Check this out. We got these brand new VWO shirts, Vol World Order. Because if you're talking Vols, you're talking Vols for life. Bonfire.com/store/. YouTube.com/Talkin VAWLS. That link is also in the description below. If you want to also support the channel by becoming a member, think about hitting that join button. You can do it for $1 a month. You get access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows. We started Talkin VAWLS Elite. Send out the link. You guys come on and drive the show. We did it this past Sunday. Great conversation, great time. The vibes are always high. The conversation is always good. You can go back and check out that stream if you missed it. But again, all the support you guys provide this channel is appreciated. I am blessed to get up every single day and talk Tennessee football right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. So we appreciate you guys. If you don't donate, you don't give, that's fine. You can smash the thumbs up because that's quick, free, and easy. You can jump in the comment section because this is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.